Welcome to the Phill Show. It's a show about me.
So Phil, here's your chance to set the story straight. When I was at Becca's college graduation, I was talking with Brooke, and it was great. And she was real nice, and I like her. But then I said, you know, Phil always talks good about you. And she goes, I don't believe that. I said, it's true. Phil has never said anything bad, except he said you tried to kill him with a knife. And she was quiet for a minute. She goes, he over-exaggerates that story. Just like that.
She's a couple years older than me, so it was just your normal, typical behavior growing up where siblings always fight, that sort of stuff. But she was always just tormenting me, And finally I got bigger, so she couldn't do that anymore.
Farmer's tan too. What the hell is this?
Dude, yeah, I started tanning.
Would you get the tan going right?
By the time that I was bigger than her, she couldn't push me around anymore, but we would still fight all the time. So she would always do stuff like, you know, try to like tickle me or try to just do any sort of like cheap shot thing, like, you know, when I'm not paying attention.
She tried to tickle me, and then the escalation on this story is insane.
So one day we're fighting about something, you know, and I could have started, like, I will be the big man here and say it could have been me who started this whole ordeal. So whatever we were fighting about, we're in the kitchen when this is going down, and she decides to grab for a knife. She doesn't grab like a butter knife that's on the counter or even like a steak knife. She decides that she's gonna pull out a chef's knife, like a 10-inch chef's knife, and just point it at me, right?
Like freaking Michael Myers.
Doesn't say a word, just points it at me. So I start backing up, and she's just coming at me like this, you know? It led to us running around in the kitchen while my sister's chasing me down with a kitchen knife. What kind of behavior is that?
He doesn't tell you in this story is that Stephanie is sitting at the kitchen table, you know, being her Amazon self, and it's just like, let me see which one wins. Who's the better man?
Your mom was watching this and was like,
no.
Oh my gosh.
No,
oh my gosh.
Honestly think,
she's like, let me let natural selection work its magic.
Survival of the fittest.
I think we had some other family over too. And
so you were really well behaved this day.
Yeah,
this was great.
We're running around the kitchen, and I had to have been screaming my head off, and sure enough, my mom's not going to come out because it's like, oh, it's kids, you know. I always explain to people, whenever I introduce them to my sister, I say, like, for example, like, okay, Beck, this is my sister, Satan.